Well, the D-Cells, they may be flying in Philadelphia because the Bears, they went into enemy turf and they came out triumphant. The roar restored. Philly tested, Chicago approved. And with that said, a welcome into the official Bears Postgame Live brought to you by United Airlines. I'm Cole Wright alongside the coach Dave Wannstedt and Charles Peanut Tillman, ladies and gentlemen. And fellas, what a win it was. 24-15. This is the one that we said if they win this one, then we're all in. And coach, right now, we're all in, man.
What did we say last week on the show?
Come on.
What word?
This is going to be a big one.
We used it here first.
I think I missed that.
Playoff.
We're talking
playoffs.
Okay.
Last week, Cole and I got it going right here. But, you know what was good about last week's win in my mind and today's win? It was two football games where we played. We out-coached them. We out-hit them. We were more physical in them. Nobody was just dropping the ball on the ground or giving the Bears anything easy. And we got them at their full strength, a win that they had to have. And, you know, we were just more emotionally ready to win this football game than what Philadelphia was. A great win in all phases.
And I'm just saying, I think this was the biggest win of the season for them so far.
Yeah.
You know, you take down the reigning Super Bowl champions, and they were just so balanced today. Offense, defense, running the ball, passing the ball. You get two guys going over 100 yards. That's first time since what, 85?
Yeah, first time in a long time.
First time in a long time.
Yeah, also 1988, the last time the Bears beat the Super Bowl champs on the road. That was the artist formerly known as the Washington Redskins. But Peanut, the one thing I wanted to lean into you, 28-14, that was the first down battle. When you can double up the opposition in first downs, that's when you know that you put your stamp on the squad.
Absolutely. To me, the biggest MVP of this game is the offensive line coach, Dan Rochar.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he did a hell of a job getting this offensive line ready to play the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, I think the Philadelphia Eagles, they got some of the best defensive linemen in the game right now. And the way they came in and were able to move those men off the ball and get Swift and Manungai rolling, man, it's a good day. Shout out to him. Shout out to the offensive line.
And, you know, a couple of things to kind of jump off of that a little bit. The penalties, we talked up there. Bears had one penalty going into the first half. And when they were not hurting themselves with penalties, they were able to keep those drives going and dominate, obviously, the third down.
Just 4 penalties for 35 yards this week, Coach.
That's it. At the end of the first half, I had it written down. We threw the ball to 7 different receivers. I mean, so, again, we talk about every week Ben Johnson distributing the ball. No favorites, all right? We don't got no favorites. Now, the one thing that did jump, the critical 4th and 5 that they had to have there at the end of the game, who did they throw the ball to?
The rookie.
The rookie. Love it. So this guy,
his hands are next level.
Coach, I think he's becoming not a favorite receiver, but when you need money, I mean, he's a guy that they are, for a rookie, they're not afraid to give him the football.
That's 2 times. The one for the game winner, I forget what game it was, but that game winner a couple weeks ago, they gave it to him. He won the game. So, yeah, they're definitely instilling some confidence, and he's slowly becoming the go-to guy.
Yeah, and Peter, how important is that for Ben Johnson and the entire staff to instill confidence, whether you're a veteran, a middle-of-the-road guy in the practice team, or you're a rookie? That's big time.
It's extremely important. You know, we were talking about it upstairs as we were watching the game. You know, the head coach is the most important person in the building. And his role is to control the 53 guys, those 53 personalities. And one of his main jobs is to get the team to believe in what he's selling. And right now, I'm sure he can go up to Colston Loveland and just say, hey, I need you.
You're my guy.
You're my guy. That and for a rookie to hear that from your head coach, that instills so much confidence.
And we talked about it as the game was going on. Once upon a time, Ron Rivera, he had a certain philosophy about certain players. What did he say?
Oh, he used to always say, I love you for who you are to me. Okay. You know, when we were in Carolina, Cam Newton, I don't think Cam Newton was the typical prototype quarterback. He didn't dress a certain way. He didn't talk a certain way. But Ron Rivera allowed him to be himself, and he would always tell him, I love you for who you are to me. I don't care what everybody else says or anyone else outside this building. Inside these 4 walls, you're my guy.
Yeah, we know Riverboat Ron and Cam Newton. They got to a Super Bowl, so the success, it was definitely there. And if you want to get yourself in position to put some sticky fingerprints on a Vince Lombardi trophy, you have to find yourself firmly in that postseason a.k.a. playoff picture. The Rams out there in front, but the Bears, they're firmly right now in that number 2 position. And right now, it's all about that good positioning, Coach.
Absolutely. And obviously, we got 3 division games coming up here in the last 5 games. It's going to be critical. We know that. But, right now, we got momentum. And momentum, I mean, you saw what happened on the other side of momentum. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys last week took the heart out of Philadelphia. Philadelphia was up 21-0. Dallas came back and beat them 21-23. Shut them down the second half. They never emotionally recovered. No. I don't know if they will. On the other side, the momentum for the Bears has just been building and building. And, next week, Green Bay, you talk about a football game now. I mean, it doesn't get any better.
I might have to go to that game.
And what do they say? It's not always who's the best team. It's always who's the hottest team at the right time. And, Peanut, it looks like the Bears are peaking at the perfect moment.
They're hitting on all cylinders. One thing I've noticed is in the past few weeks, the past few games, we're finding ways to win late in the fourth quarter. Today, they were in control of the whole game for the entire game. And that's what, to piggyback what you said, they've got the momentum. They're just building and building and building and building.
And there's 7 wins by 1 score or less, and there's 6 wins by 5 points or fewer. Today, they said, you know what? Let's make sure we put our stamp on this.
Yeah, and I'm going to give credit. How about Dennis Allen and his defense?
Come on.
15 points. I mean, every defensive bowler that I've been, it's been, if you got to hold the opponent under 17 or 18. Yeah. Now they say because the scoring's up, that's 19 points. To hold the Eagles at home to 15 points, Coach, that's a heck of a job by that whole group, right across the board. It really is.
He had them frustrated, though. I mean, if you look at Jalen Hurts, the entire game, his body language said everything.
He wasn't having any fun, no.
He wasn't having any fun. And I don't think he recovered from last week when they played the Cowboys.
No.
I think he's still in his feelings. He just looked like he wasn't in the game physically or emotionally.
How about our running backs? You mentioned Hurts in the running back. All of a sudden, Swift gets in there and makes you miss. So now you're saying, okay, I gotta get myself under control. So you kind of drop your tail, and then they give it to Kyle Monange, and he runs you over. I mean, you talk about a 1-2 punch now. God.
Yeah, 2 runners with 120-plus rushing yards. That's the first time that has gone down for the Chicago Bears since the 1970 merger. So Kyle Monange and DeAndre Swift, they were running like 2 backs, absolutely possessed. And that possession led to a 24-15 Chicago Bears win over Nick Sirianni and those Philadelphia Eagles. There's still so much more to come and plenty to unpack after this Week 13 W where the Bears find themselves in that number 2 position in the NFC with the postseason firmly in the crosshairs. There he is, the play caller, QB1, Caleb Williams. We're going to hear from him, the head coach, and all the usual suspects. That and much, much more. It is still bubbling in the pot. There's plenty to get to right here on the official Bears Postgame Live. Don't go anywhere.